you ready to do your duty for Rome?
Hello everyone and welcome to QualityOldGames. Today we are having part 5 of the Roman campaign in Imperium Surrectum mod for Rome Total War Remastered. And our aim in this episode is to begin the conquest of Sicily. And for that we are going to need 2 full or almost full armies here in southern Italy. And at the same time we also need to buff up our economy somewhat, so that we can actually have enough resources to kind of support the war we are starting, or rather continuing to wage. And since we have already secured everything we want in the Italian mainland for now, we can retrain the troops here and get one more unit of principes coming and get the troops underway. And let's retrain at least those ships. Can we actually... Okay, there. So let's send these guys to be retrained here. And perhaps some extra troops wouldn't be bad, but I must not neglect what I can construct. So basically, actually this might provide quite a bit of wealth. Well enough. I guess it's a worthy investment. What about the trade? Oh, most definitely not. And what about in here? Okay, it might be worth it. What about this communal farming? Perhaps we will go with it for now. Perhaps here as well. It seems the communal farming adds something like 100 sesterces or denarii per turn.
You are mistaken, sir. At once.
So that's quite okay. And the army here is perhaps half full, so we most definitely could use some reinforcements. And this army here almost full, so we are not exactly at the strength level I would like for the invasion, but I think we cannot get too much more troops because our upkeep costs are kind of soaring as it is already. So we have those elite taxes quite a bit, which do not show there in those calculations. So that's kind of a relief that our financial situation is not quite as bad as it seems to be. But nonetheless, I don't think we can afford to make too many new units before we need to set sail. So let's get these... Oh, let's have a land clearance here. Well, that's not good. Could make port here, but is it worthy investment? I don't think so, at least for the moment, but this elite tax on the other hand should be quite handy. And here, okay. Let's see about the communal farming. Okay, that's fair enough there. And let's see about our diplomat, whom it is a bit difficult to locate because the map is quite huge. Spartan diplomat, Anticonic. Huh.
Shall speak with them at once, sir.
Yeah, so I guess these are Macedon, actually. So we already have the trade agreement with them. Let's see if we could find some barbarian tribes with whom we could begin to trade as well. Oh, and I most definitely need to check this city out next turn, and it seems we have a new family member in Ancon. And actually I think I should send these guys to Rome to be retrained. And actually perhaps these guys could be sent as well. And perhaps I can raise taxes to a bit higher level as well. So it will take several more turns until our second army arrives to southern Italy, but I don't dare to move out with that first army before I have all the troops I want in position. And what I would like to do is to try to take all of these 3 settlements with the first attack we are going to make. And as you can see, our income is plummeting a bit. So this city most definitely needed our attention. We need to have those roads, and I think we need to build that elite tax somewhere where we don't already have it. And here perhaps we could make 1 unit of equites, and next turn perhaps retrain some of those. And I think we are able to recruit velites, so perhaps we are not going to train anything in Rome for a while, but let's spend at least 1 turn training velites here. And of course the diplomat.
Yes, without delay. Your honor.
We are still in Macedonian territory.
At once. No more.
There are quite a few cities in Greece as well. And by the way, when those family members start to die out, I think I'm a bit in trouble, because quite a few of those cities will be left practically defenseless. So I need to be able to react rather quickly to that situation when it arises.
Orders.
Okay, we are still making quite a decent amount of money. Oh.
Move out.
And I think in a couple of turns we are ready to move across the sea, and here is the first worthy life that has ended. And of course now the question is, how can I get the troops I need? Here perhaps. Okay, we can do it that way. And let's see. Do we have those elite taxis? still somewhere that we could build them. At least southern Italy seems to be rather ready, accepting that settlement, and of course we could improve the farms a bit as well. Well, at least at some point. Or actually, we do have money for some additional construction. And we most definitely can build those elite taxis north there. And perhaps here as well. Oh, that's nice. A worthy investment. And our diplomat... Or actually was that... Okay, Athenian diplomat. And these armies have moved, so we are kind of ready to finish the turn. And hopefully Syracuse is fighting against some rebels or Carthage or something like that. And next turn we should have our troops in position, and in turn after that we are ready to strike.
Move out! Forward!
Draw the lazy velitas because they are moving so slowly. And I think we most definitely want to have that elite tax. And perhaps a second one as well. And let's see, do we have enough for some retraining? And I think we lost the family member here, so we can raise taxes a bit higher. And let's hope that fleet actually gets somewhere else. And once again, let's not forget our diplomat. Okay, a rebel city. Perhaps we should start visiting those barbarians north of us. Okay, so let's see if the Syracusans will react to our armies at their gates. It would actually be really nice to have the third general available for the attack, but I guess there is a city somewhere nearby, perhaps some Thracians. Okay, and we have a new family member, of course, north here. I guess he will make a decent enough governor here. And let's see. Some farms could and should still be built. And of course those elite taxis if they are still available. Since corruption is becoming an issue, at least in some parts of the empire. Okay, that should be actually a really good investment. And this most likely as well. Yeah, and let's retrain some of the troops so that they can be actually sent to help out in the south. I think once these have been retrained, I will send them. And luckily,
Alert all command. Deploy the fleet.
the Syracusan Navy seems to be busy somewhere. So let's take this as the first army. And let's land here and begin the siege. And I think that we actually need to strike next turn already. And then here... Actually, this guy can lead the army. Let's actually take some of those poorer quality troops. And head towards Tauromenion. And it seems we have lost our general. That's 1, 2. Okay, good. And then... Okay, that battle will be a bit more tricky. And then let's gather all the rest of the troops. And let's see if we can even reinforce the army in a while. But let's begin the siege here as well. Okay, good. So, we should be ready to strike at all the 3 of enemy cities. Perhaps we have some mercenaries available, but perhaps we don't actually want to buy them. So, next turn we should have quite a bit fighting ahead of us. And then perhaps we will leave this army here, or rather here, to secure our flank, while these 2 armies push towards Enna and Leontinoi, and from there we will try to take the whole eastern part of Sicily to our control. And of course from Rome we will be sending some reinforcements to aid us in taking the settlement, because we cannot practically replenish our troops in Sicily. Oh, and that's a bit worrying. Of course, if we are and when we are able to take down that army, I think the going should be quite a bit easier after that. But of course there is that aspect of actually managing to take down the army. There seems to be quite a lot of trade in here, so perhaps
a most generous proposal.
We could become a part of it. And perhaps they're bankrupt. Okay, perhaps they will pay for, say, 100 denarii.
A most generous proposal.
Okay, nice. And then let's go to meet some barbarians somewhere. So, this general has 5 stars, this has only 3. Let's begin with him. Fortunately, the troops here, actually it's faction leader. So I think we will actually begin with this city, because when the faction leader dies, with some bad luck, this guy becomes faction heir and will have a bigger bodyguard against whom we need to fight. And let's actually bring fleet into position, so if we happen to lose the battle, we are able to get out of the island and don't lose the whole army.
Good. Our first catch of the day.
Okay, so the enemy should have only 2 units defending, albeit both of them are rather of good quality. So we might end up needing some help. But apparently they have decided to not to guard the wall, so let's minimize our casualties and just take the walls with as little troops as possible. And let's actually hope that they don't manage to burn the tower down here. And of course they are parking in the middle of the city square.
The towers are at the walls.
And we are taking a bit too much casualties for my liking here. So, taking these 3 towers, or rather 2 towers and 1 gateway, should be enough. And with some luck, we might end up fighting somewhere around here, so that we can have a nice concave on the enemy. And this tower here could be helping us out.
Our soldiers have captured the
So
walls.
that would be
Now is
just
the time to press on and
absolutely
capture
great.
this place.
Okay, good. You can continue climbing, and then let's get our infantry inside. And I think we should get our missile units and cavalry as well. And let's see how the enemy will react. Are they coming to us? Oh. So I guess the situation is going to be a bit more difficult, of course. We will have that hostility there as well, but
Infantry! Fire at will! Hurry! Astarte!
well, I guess we just need to advance and see when the enemy might be willing to engage. And it might be that they are not willing to engage at all. Perhaps we could hit them from this side. Of course, we need to be careful so that they can't come through this opening here with us. And into which direction they are facing? Okay, that direction, so we are not starting to shoot right away. Let's leave these principes here just in case. And then bring the most of the troops this way. Most of the velites as well. And the cavalry here. And then let's take these towers just in case. And it seems that the enemy is actually giving us quite a bit of leeway here.
Missiles! Infantry! Push down! Infantry! Push down! Astarte! Unit missile! Time! Run! Unit! Missiles!
Okay, let's see what happens if we throw a volley. Okay. Well, That wasn't exactly encouraging. At the very least, we know that they most likely are not coming this way. I think it would be good if we can get a proper surround here. So basically, let's send these guys over there. And hopefully all of these melee units have fire at will enabled. And then these troops will come that way. And hopefully none of them will plan getting there that way. So that... oh. And we actually need to get the walls. So let's use this unit for that. Or perhaps we will go that way. Yeah. Let's minimize the casualties, even though time is of an essence here. I'm a bit worried about that time. And here... could we actually... okay, we cannot. Bit of detour, and of course if we can entice the enemy to charge at some of these smaller fragments, we might be able to snatch that city center from them relatively easily. No, you most definitely are not going through that city center. And perhaps we will have something like a bit over 20 minutes to really take the city. So it has been quite a hassle to get the troops into the position I want them to be. Fortunately, the troops still are fresh. But for example, I don't think that these guys here will be able to stand against those hoplites if they really decide to come after this unit. So the push, okay, here they come. And perhaps we want to get a bit farther away. And you guys should start firing already. Perhaps we could lure them a bit farther here. Yeah, you can fire. No. Okay, and some missiles are starting to fly. So let's actually try to lure these guys a bit farther away from the city square. And here as well. So time to pull back a bit.
Infantry! At the double! Missiles!
You can start firing.
We're starting! That's starting! Quickly! Missiles! Infantry!
And let's head here to push them out of the city square. And it seems they are rather happy to oblige us. That's nice. So let's put those guys there to keep the enemy coming from back that way. We most definitely want to fire some missiles at the enemy, having their backs on us. And let's hope the ploy will be enough for a victory. And go ahead, hit them. Oh, okay, not then. And that's actually rather nice. Doing some decent damage there. And perhaps we should actually charge in. Just to make sure that if they break, they don't come to take that city center from us. Okay, and the rest of the missile, okay. And then we have this one hostage here. Ah! A couple of those guys got here.
Infantry! Attack quickly!
Oh, let's not actually use those, even though in the last episode their charge seemed to be particularly effective. Okay. So
This is a heroic victory.
that
worthy
was
of Roman
decent
honor.
enough. Some casualties were suffered, but I don't think it will be enough to halt our attack. Okay, nice. And I think we should build a bit of a bank so that we can hire the mercenaries we most likely will be needing. And what's the issue with the public order in here? Culture penalty unrest. Okay. And it seems the city will need a sizable garrison or a decent governor as well. What kind of buildings we do have in here? Let's get rid of that. And okay, we cannot get rid of that, so we need to start building something. For example, this. Because keeping those troops there will be a bit too expensive. And then to the next battle.
Strength and honor.
The hair has been gutted.
Okay.
Await my order. Fire and clear.
I guess 3 units most definitely will be enough against that kind of garrison.
Units, double time.
And they actually are manning the walls with one unit. So let's get all of those ladders going. Oh. Those missiles are actually hurting.
Towers have reached the walls. Now there will be hard fighting to break the defenses. Our soldiers have reached the walls with ladders. The bravest will soon be over the defenses. Fire at will.
It might actually be the case that we need to enter the city from those gates.
Our soldiers have reached
Because
the
it
walls with
might
ladders.
be that
The bravest will soon be over the defenses.
we are unable to take this side soon enough. So, let's get the army moving.
Our soldiers have captured the walls. Now is the time to press on and capture this place.
Yeah, the gateway is still under Syracuse control. And you guys should get moving ASAP. Okay, that's our tower now. Let's get the rest of that wall section there. And the rest of the army can come this side. And we are ready to go down there. Oh, and we actually have 2 Principes units bogged down in this fight. Oh, and now we managed to take the gateway. Okay, well. And then we have the General's Bodyguard and another unit of Ture of Foroi here. So basically, I think at least some of these guys need to catch their breath for a while. But we should strive to have a concave from those 3 sides there. And I guess these guys can lead the way. And are we actually winning the battle in here? They are still fresh and we are very tired. Well, that's not going too well there. And those units are in position already. Let's get these guys going. And send 1 unit of Velites with those, 1 with those, and the general can come with this part of the army. Oh, and of course we have this Hastati unit here. And is the general actually going to charge us? Well, I'm confident that our Principes will actually win the day. There, and actually that unit is moving out as well. And that could give us some opportunities, in fact. Okay, good. So we could actually get the city center to our control rather easily. And that's exactly what we are going to do. So we need just to block this section here, and the enemies will be bottled up, and we can actually get the city rather easily. Let's block that other avenue as well. And that should do the trick. Of course, it seems the general is actually trying to hit our rear here. So let's be careful there. And let's actually send our general that way. Okay, so the enemy general is actually coming back. Perhaps we could advance a bit more. And these Hastatis here are getting a bit of a beating. And the city is ours. Excellent. So once again, some casualties suffered, especially that Hastati taking though, and Principes taking such heavy casualties is a shame, but I guess this is war, and in war you end up having some casualties. And let's enslave these guys as well. And it seems our financial situation is improving quite a bit. So, the public order here is rather okay. And oh, and we have actually lifted the siege. Interesting. Well, let's get most of the units to Tauromenion. Oh. And we are going to need to have quite a bit of more garrison in here. Okay, so let's send these. Oh, actually, whatever we can. One more unit. That's problematic. And this is problematic as well. So, about having a bank for the mercenaries. Missile attack of 11. What's the missile attack of Velites? 11, and these are actually upgraded, so I think we will get those mercenaries. And of course those mercenary hoplites, hopefully. And perhaps some cavalry as well. But let's begin with those mercenary peltasts. And they really are expensive, so let's try to keep the upkeep costs as low as possible. And if we bring this guy to the other side of the sea, we are having problem in Regium.
General, onward!
But perhaps that's something we just need to accept. So let's send this unit as a garrison here. And be done with it. Let's try to get a bit closer look at this army. So it has command value of 3. That's manageable. But oh, the army is actually... it's looking to be quite tough. I don't like those Syracusan hoplites at all. It might actually be that this army alone is enough to thwart our assault here. So this army here is the most likely target. Of course, if we can get this to fight between our two armies, then that would be beneficial, but we need to beat this army, and most likely we need to beat it on the field. Because, well, actually cities might work, because the timer would be working in our favor. So let's actually hope that it will besiege Tauromenion. But I guess this is everything for today. So thank you very much for watching.
I salute you.
If you like the content, please leave a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Feel free to post comments, give advice, ask questions and so on. Have a great rest of the day. QualityOldGames out.